Hello, welcome to Nuane presents The Outside View powered by Felopia. I'm Sudarshanan and I have a new guest with me, Kass Naidoo, G Sport for Girls founder. Welcome on our show.
It's good to be with you.
So we are looking forward to the third T20I and yet again it's not good news. Rain has been forecast for the third T20I as well.
Very disappointing. I've been chatting to the South African team and they can't wait to get back out on the park. They feel they can do better than they did in that first game. I think there were lots of nerves around, particularly with the youngsters. So crossing fingers that the weather forecast is actually wrong.
We hope so because right now it's very bright and sunny and it's like we want to summon players and have a cricket match right now.
It would be great, wouldn't it? Because these two teams have shown that they have what it takes to produce thrillers. And I think if South Africa just perform better in a couple of areas, we probably will see a much better and tighter encounter.
So from a South African perspective, how are they shaping up or how's the psychological impact after the first game?
I have to say, I've been impressed with how fast they've bounced back. I've been watching them train ahead of that second T20, which was rained out. They just wanted to get out on the park. They have a lot to prove. I think particularly against how they play against spin, but also some of the senior players feel they could have done better. So I think mentally they're in a good space. We just hope that the weather gods plays its part, that both these teams can go out. There's a lot at stake, isn't it, ahead of the T20 World Cup. So less rain and more play.
True, but talking about rains and conditions, as we speak right now, the ground beneath us is still not completely dry. So, given the fact that it has been hot and sunny since morning, this morning, things aren't too promising as they stand right now. And if it gets cloudy and if it rains tomorrow,
yeah, I think it could be tough, and I think player security is important. No one wants to be injured. Everyone's heading off to the women's big bash, so it is a little concerning, especially since the sun has been baking down today, and the fact that it's still so soft underfoot is concerning. But we're here, and all you can do is hope when it comes to cricket, because sometimes the worst conditions can actually turn out to be the best in terms of the teams coming out and maybe deciding a 5-over shootout is what it is.
yeah, of course, 5-over shootout would do justice to the crowd that comes in as well. 2 games, it was houseful, and in spite of the washout on day before yesterday, it was still packed to the hilt.
Yeah, I've been so impressed with the crowds here. They've come so early too. 3 hours before a game, you're seeing the fans come through. They even stayed when the game was called off just to be able to keep that energy going in the stadium. I wish we could see some of that in South Africa, because as much as women's cricket is growing, we do not get this kind of atmosphere and these crowds coming in. I guess coming to Surat does help. You're bringing a cricket away from the major centres, but it's been a wonderful experience so far.
So first T20I, India's batting didn't live up to its expectations, but the bowlers delivered for them. So Shikha Pandey as well as Deepti Sharma, she got 3 wickets. So what's your reading about India's bowling attack?
Well, I think they've got great variety, don't they? And just the way they got on top of the South Africans, and the senior players weren't able to stand up aside from Mignon du Preez. I spoke to her after the game, and she was quite sympathetic towards her teammates. She said, one or two things could have gone their way, one or two partnerships could have changed it. I'm looking at someone like Lizelle Lee. When she tees off and she really gets going, she could take a game away from you. Someone like Sune as captain, she knows what it means to be able to occupy the crease and help the youngsters. But what about someone like Tasman Brits, who has so much to prove? So it's a South African team that are hungry to get out there and play. And I know it's an Indian team that really want to stamp their authority on this series. I'm in awe of Deepti Sharma and what she's able to produce with the ball.
Yes, Tasman Brits has an amazing backstory to her. But Lizelle Lee, she promised a lot in the first game as well. Started off with a bang, but then she got one delivery that just nipped back in from Shikha Pandey.
I think India know just how big a wicket she is. When she gets going, she's absolutely unplayable. She loves hitting big sixes, and it's the kind of ground where you're targeting certain areas here. But India have done their homework really well. I still believe that South Africa have what it takes to win a couple of matches, weather permitting.
Of course, so third T20I, you back South Africa to level the series?
Absolutely, always backing the South Africans, that fighting spirit. I've spent quite a bit of time with them here, and I've seen a different team here. I think the youngsters bring a good energy. Someone like Tumi Sekukune wants to be a match winner. And when you have youngsters who are keen to step up, then you know that it's not just up to the seniors. But can they withstand the spin attack that India throw at them? Are the seniors able to step up and bat well? And Mignon du Preez is looking absolutely sensational at the moment. So I say I'm backing her to come good with some good runs tomorrow.
So experienced players seem to be the way to go forward for South Africa, because Dupriya and then there's Shabnim Ismail, who apart from her performances is guiding the youngsters as well.
She is guiding the youngsters. Having debuted at 18, 12 years in the game, I think she knows that she's reaching the latter part of her career. So she's handing over a lot of information to the young players. Again, someone like Shabnam Ismail, if she gets going at the top, she keeps it quite tight. She can really rattle you at the top. And she comes with some good grunt, that fast bowler's grunt, which South Africa really appreciates. You've got to say, without someone like Marizanne Kapp in the side, with Dane van Niekerk on the side, no Chloe Tryon, this team is tried hard, and I think in that first T20I, you think about those 11 runs, you're probably wondering where could we have got it. But still, again, I think India did all the damage, especially with Deepti Sharma and just how she bowled. I'm hoping, against all hope, that the weather really does improve, because we can't wait to see some more cricket.
We certainly can't wait to see the cricket. And also one more player I'd like to bring up on here is Shafali Verma, the youngster who debuted but had a forgettable debut, getting out on a duck.
That was really disappointing. I think even as a South African, I've been waiting to see her play. So much coverage around her, so much media attention. She's still very young, but from what I hear, she has what it takes to step up internationally. And I think the entire crowd that were here were just hoping against hope that she would have stayed. Did you hear the silence in the stadium when she went out? I think she's one for the future.
One for the future, definitely. But we hope that we get a game for the viewers as well as the players' sake. That's it from us for this episode, in hope of catching a third T20I live. Till the next time, goodbye. Thank you.